Well, hello, everybody. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is April Rozier. And for those of you that do, well, hi. Hi to everyone. Welcome. I am super excited to be here. I will say this. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm just going to jump right into this, okay? And if you jump on, say hey, let me know you were here. If you're catching the replay, then say replay so I know that you did stop by. I want to thank you for your time. It's much appreciated. But let's just jump in because I got to go. I got a team call in just a few minutes. Well, hi there, Mother. Hi. So I got a team call I got to jump on in just a few minutes, but I wanted to say just a few things. So let's talk about the one word you need to understand what it means, but you should never use. And that word is overwhelm. So overwhelm, people explain it a lot of different ways. I've heard some people say, explain overwhelm as knowing what you need to do, but not wanting to do it. Well, the way I would define overwhelm is more, you know what you need to do, and it's many, many things, and you just don't know where to start. So you feel overwhelmed because you have a lot on your plate, you have a lot to do, or you have a lot that you could do. Sometimes there's several different ways to do something, and you know that, but you just don't know where to start. And I am a firm believer that what you speak is what you deal with, like what you live. Hey Nazia, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So I am a firm believer that what you speak is what you manifest, it's what appears in your life. So if you're constantly screaming that you're overwhelmed, or, even thinking it out, just thinking, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. That is what you feel, and you just become more and more and more overwhelmed. So, a really good way to deal with things is to make a list. Always make a list. If you're the type of person that has a whole lot going on in your life, and there's so much on your plate, and you have to do 20 things, and then there's one way. Hey, Lori. How are you, moms? How are you, Nazia? I am so glad you ladies are here. So, there is so many ways to do something. Like, just, hey, Catherine, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So, let's just get into it. Like, in my business, there's a lot of things I can do to get the same result. So I'm going to get the same result regardless to how I do it, but how I do it can be overwhelming to a lot of people. Like, oh wait, there's 20 ways to do this, but where do I start? Where do I go? Or I got 20 things I have to do today. Where do I start? The easiest thing to do is to make a list. It's like, if you know that, all right, let's just say, you got these 6 things to do. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Let's just say you got 6 things you need to do, and you have a limited amount of time to do that. Well, then you need to list those 6 things in priority. Like, what's going to get you the most traction the fastest? And that needs to be the way you list it. You need to list it, and you need to focus on that. And don't stop until you're done with that one thing. Because it's multitasking and thinking about the other 5 things you have to do that causes the overwhelm. So, instead of just saying I'm overwhelmed, which is going to overwhelm you more, make a list and focus on that one thing until it is done. Do not move on, and do not think about the next thing, because that is what causes people to just not do anything. You feel overwhelmed, so you just do nothing. Well, that's not the solution, and that's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to stay stagnant in your day, in your life, in that hour, whatever it is. You are going to stay stagnant unless you move. So make a list. Follow that one thing. Just do that one thing. And don't think about anything else. And if you have a limited amount of time, let's say you got 6 things to do, you got 2 hours to do it. You list that in priority and you give it time. Hey, Sydney, how are you? Or Cindy, sorry. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So let's say you got 2 hours, you got 6 things to do, and you have to do all 6 of them because they're all going to move the needle. Then you need to focus on, you still need to list them by priority, but you need to set a time and turn on a timer and do that one thing for that time limit. And don't move on. Do not move on early, and do not dare think about the other 5 things. And then when you move on to number 5, don't think about the other 4. And if you didn't quite finish the first one, then you'll have to make time for that later. When you can. You can always find another 10 minutes later in the day. You can always find another 15 minutes in the day. Hey, Julie, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. But saying you're overwhelmed, even feeling it, we all feel overwhelmed sometimes. We all do. But there's so many of us that we've learned that our language, that dictates our emotions. What you speak is what you will have. That's just the way things are. I don't care if you believe in manifestation. I don't care if you believe in God and the power of life and death is in the tongue. What you speak is what you get. So you will live with what you speak. Don't allow overwhelm to take over. You just don't need to allow it. I can't wait to see you eat her, girl. I'm so excited. I just cannot wait. So stop allowing it to control your life, because you will never get anything done if you don't focus on one thing at a time. Because you can do more than one thing at a time. You might be able to be, I hear people say that they're great multitaskers, but let me just put it this way. Always got some adult ADD. Always. But you can't, see, that's why I don't read the comments, because I got adult ADD over here. So, you might be able to multitask, but did you perfect either one of those? Did either one of those come out perfect? Did you master either one of those? The odds are you did not. The odds are you did something halfway, because you tried to do 2 or 3 things at a time. And I know this from experience, because trust me, my life is hectic. Like, I have a kid, I have to take care of my brother, I have my own life I have to deal with, I have a business I'm trying to run, I have school activities, doctor's appointments on top of doctor's appointments. So my life is hectic. And when I first, decided to start my own business, I felt so overwhelmed so often. But I just don't speak it. Because I love you, girl. Hey, Kristen. What are you doing? Beautiful lady. Thank you for hopping on. So I felt so overwhelmed so often until I decided that I was not going to say that word ever again. I was not going to ever feel it. I was not going to ever let it control me. I was not going to ever say it. And I don't. You will never hear me say I am so overwhelmed. You might hear me say I'm swamped, because I am. My life is busy, just like yours. So make a list. Focus on one thing at a time. And don't move on until either your timer goes off or you're done with that task. And don't say it either. Don't say you're overwhelmed. Don't allow yourself to think it. When you feel it, when you feel that panicky, overwhelmed feeling coming on, stop yourself and say, I am in control of my life. I am the thinker of my thoughts, and I control them. And then focus on what you were doing and get it done. Because you are the thinker of your thoughts. You control your thoughts. You're not out of control of your life. Life is not happening to you. It is happening for you, and it is happening with you. So take control, make a list, and get it done. I hope this helped. Exactly. Don't speak it into existence ever. Just don't. So, that's right. You keep what you speak. That's what I was trying to say. So glad you got that out for me. All right, so you guys have a wonderful night. I have a team call I have to go jump on. I love you all, and I will see you next time.